Hey Finch fans, I wanted to review another cage for you today. This is the Prevue Pet Aviary flight cage. It is known as model F as in Frank 030. I purchased mine from Tractor Supply Company, who had the best price on it. The cost when I purchased it was $249, and that is US dollars. The cage is a 37-inch wide by 27-inch deep and 68 inches high size. It has 3/8-inch wire spacing, which while the finches can certainly get by with 1/2-inch spacing, I like the 3/8 even better. It makes it a little bit tighter. The one negative that you'll see is that it's harder to see the birds through both the white wires as well as the 3/8-inch spacing. So your viewing of the birds is a little bit less than ideal. I house one owl finch in this cage and a pair of Gouldian finches. So everybody seems to be getting along and be quite happy in the cage. There's plenty of space for flight. As you can see, my owl here uses diagonal flight space quite easily. A lot of people think finches only fly side to side. That's certainly not true with my birds. I keep food and water in the lower portion of the cage. You can see I'm using a hopper style tidy feeder, which I've reviewed in another video, as well as silo style waterers, which are wonderful because they keep things very sanitary in the cage. I have two different styles. These are great, and I reviewed them saying I didn't like this particular one as well. I would update that review. I actually like this one better for the 3/8-inch bar spacing because it's a little bit smaller. It doesn't stretch the bars quite as much. The cage has two large doors that have small doors in them as well. There's one here and one at the bottom. What I really love about that is when I need to get in to mess with food or water or perches, if I open this bottom door, the birds are really not bothered by it because they can just hang out in the top of the cage. You can see my Gouldians a little bit better there. The other thing I really like about these Prevue cages, I previously had the Park Plaza cage, which I really liked. It just wasn't quite big enough for good flight of my finches. I like this deep tray. You can see this tray is almost 2 inches deep, and it really keeps the waste in because so much of the mess comes from the birds' wing beats blowing the hulls around out of the cage. This is the grate that slides out. I did actually put a zip tie here just to help support it because it's only sitting on the track on both sides. And at 37 inches wide, there was a lot of flex in it. So when they would land on this food bowl, it would rattle or shake. So this little zip tie is just extra support for the grate. Overall, I really like the cage. It fits better in my space. I'm able to get to my window, open and close the shade, open and close the window for the birds to have a little air. The cage does have sliding guillotine style doors on each side, 2 of them, again, which is nice to access things in the top or bottom of the cage. It also helps me to mount things on the back side of the cage because I can reach my arm in from the sides. I would say the quality of this cage, the Prevue Hendrix cages in general, is better than some of the brands that I've bought on Amazon that are more no-name brands. I think the construction is nicer. I think it's sturdier. Certainly the way it moves on these casters is a lot more solid. And I would highly recommend a Prevue Hendrix cage to anybody looking for sort of the step up quality flight cage for their birds. If you have any questions, drop them into the comments and I'll try to answer them for you. Again, this is the Prevue Hendrix F030 Aviary flight cage. It only comes in white, and I really think it's a great option for keeping finches. We'll see you next time.